Hello and welcome to Season 1 Draft Battle Breakdowns. My name is Alex and I'll be discussing Tristan on the far side over here, his battle with Kyle on the near side here. So with this battle, I want to go and preface in saying that Tristan hasn't got a win quite yet, whereas Kyle's only lost to Jake, largely due to RNG, at least he claims to have it be due to RNG. So this battle, there's a lot of stakes here for Tristan. He only has, I believe, 2 battles left. Everyone only has about 2 battles left at max before we get to the top 6 players battling it out, so we'll see how this one goes. Nothing too interesting with who they decided to bring in. I would say the only interesting thing here would be this here, the spin dops here on the side of Kyle. Otherwise, everything looks pretty normal. I mean, Tropius, it's alright, it's alright. He's brought it in before. Nothing else too interesting. I think we can just start this right away. Okay, he's gonna lead with spin dops, so right away we're already noticing, well, something is going on with that spin dops. Mainly because, well, why would he bring spin dops in for this fight? I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but he hasn't really used spin dops much before, so we'll see what he does. He clearly is planning something unique for this one fight. Kyle is known to do some crazy stuff. He definitely calcs things out ahead of time, so he's definitely got something up his sleeve. Tristan probably going for Protean here. Pretty standard sets, I would imagine. He goes for Dark Pulse, he does have the Protean, and it's going to do a fair bit of damage. I mean, Spinops isn't very a good Pokemon in general, so doing this much damage is a little bit on the low side, but I mean, if he's got nothing super effective against Bug, because why would he? I don't blame him. We'll see what Spindops can do, or not, because it's actually flinched. Unfortunate on the side of Kyle, but he can probably stay in for at least one more round to do whatever he was planning on doing. I'm going for another flinch, hopefully, but not quite. And now we see what's going on. Sticky Web. I mean, yeah. In hindsight, this does make sense. He would go for Sticky Web here. It's the only thing Spindops is good for. And honestly, it looks like he's looking to outspeed some of his faster Pokemon when he switches in, so he doesn't have to set up speed probably in some of his other Pokemon, and he can outspeed very easily and one-hit KO a lot of his Pokemon. I suppose it could be that, or he could just really want to play with Sticky Web for some reason. And Night Slash gets a critical hit. That definitely mattered. No, but seriously though, not sure why he went for Night Slash. I would have gone for another Dark Pulse, mainly because, I mean, the only thing you're getting from that is the opponent now knows you have Night Slash, so you don't really want to give Kyle any extra information than you have to. Alright, let's see what he switches into. Dawn Fan. So it's interesting sending in a ground type against, well, what was a water type at least. You'd assume he'd have some sort of water move. We'll see, we'll see. He clearly has something up his sleeve yet again. Maybe he has a berry that resists it. We'll see, we'll see. Ice Beam, actually not going to do that much, as much damage. You see we got now Dark type, so it doesn't do that. Doesn't do any stab or anything. 60% of health. I mean, that's pretty good for Dawn Fan, but I mean, if it was going for a water move and Protean change it to Dark type, that might have KO'd. So, a bit unfortunate, but we'll see how much damage it can do. Body Press, super effective. Yeah, okay. That's what we kind of figured. Another interesting thing, Rocky Helmet. Greninja had a Rocky Helmet. Not sure I agree with this either. Even if it does deal that damage, Greninja is frail enough that I would think something like a Focus Sash would be a little bit better. It really isn't going to get a lot of mileage out of that like tankier Pokemons can get, but I mean, it does a little bit of damage. It's ultimately not really going to matter though. Alright, so Leftovers is going to kick in a little bit, and we got Tropius clearly going for some sort of grass move here. It's not, I mean, Tropius is a pretty bad Pokemon, but I mean, Donphan's on just a little less, and it's a ground type, so we'll see how it goes. Ice Shard. I don't know if I would have expected this on the side of Tristan. I don't blame him for it, but I feel like, and correct me if I'm wrong, he's used something like this before. So Ice Shard is a good play, but it's not super strong. So Tropius is going to be able to attack back with Energy Ball here. Pretty expected there. So already things are looking all right for Tristan, all things considered. However, oh no, Gardevoir traced Chlorophyll. Oh no, yeah, that's not going to do anything. Yeah, Chlorophyll, I mean, there's not going to be any sunlight happening here, so that's no big deal. Also important to note, Sticky Web still has not done anything to Tristan. He's brought in a flying type, if you don't know what Sticky Web does, because you haven't seen it yet. It lowers the speed by 1 of every switch-in Pokemon, except for those that are flying, have air balloon, levitate, that kind of stuff. So Tropius is not going to be affected by that. Neither will Hawlucha. Interesting that 2 of his Pokemon that he brought out of his 4 will not be affected by it. And of course Greninja was set in first, so he's not going to be affected by Sticky Web either. Maybe he just really wanted to outspeed Great Tusk or something. But yeah, he's got a lot of flying types. That's not going to be affected by it, so kind of unfortunate for Kyle here. And he's actually going to switch out to Scizor here, probably expecting some sort of fairy move that he can resist with that steel. But this is also very risky. He's known to set up with a Calm Mind here, so we'll see what he does. Sticky Web does kick in. He's going to be slower. Hypnosis. Okay, we're starting to see something very interesting here. So he goes for Hypnosis on originally a Tropius. Very weird, considering he probably could have just, and we're about to see very soon that he could have easily taken out that Tropius. He wanted, it looks like, that Blunder Policy to kick in. He actually wanted it to miss here with that Blunder Policy, so that speed could rise. I mean, already with the Sticky Web, he's going to be outspeeding everything. I guess maybe he's not going for max speed and still hoping to outspeed that Tropius. Maybe you just calc this out to Great Tusk, who knows? Kyle will have to answer that if you want to ask him directly, but in the end, kind of interesting that he was going for a miss here. He was kind of hoping for that with Blunder Policy. Very strange setups, but I mean, like I said, Tristan hasn't gotten a win to his name yet, so maybe he thinks he could play a little bit weird, a little bit funny, but honestly, it's not looking great for him. However, I mean, Gardevoir has the speed up, so we'll see what he can do. Okay, Terra's into Dark type to take that Bullet Punch. That's a good read right there. So he doesn't, because Bullet Punch definitely would have gone first and probably killed there if it wasn't for that. So it's good, or got close to it. And yep, there's Mystical Fire. That's what could have been used against Tropius. But as you can see, it's 4 times super effective against Scizor. Now he knows we have that, and we're in a very unfortunate situation here. It's going to outspeed all of his Pokemon. Lycanroc probably the only thing that could potentially outspeed and maybe down this Gardevoir. So Tristan really needs Lycanroc to do well, but if you can get rid of this Pokemon, we're looking pretty good. So let's see here. Moonblast, gonna just about barely take it. 17% health, and we'll see if Lycanroc can come through with this. Stone Edge, oh no. Stone Edge is going to miss. 80% accuracy, but a ton of damage. I think that definitely would have killed. I should really calc this stuff out in advance, but I'm lazy. But still, I think it's pretty clear that was going to kill. And now we have a bit of a situation. We know Gardevoir's faster, and look at its team. We've got Hawlucha, fighting type, so you know Fairy's gonna be pretty good against that. Great Tusk, yeah, it's got some pretty good type coverage against you as well, same thing, fighting type. And then Tropius, we know it has Mystical Fire, and then of course Lycanroc's at such low health anyways. So we pretty much know what's going to happen here, and even if somehow he's able to run something weird to get past Gardevoir, we have pretty much 3 really powerful Pokemon. Volcarona just got moved up to Ubers at the time of making this video, so at this point it wasn't, but still the same amount of powerfulness. I mean, Corviknight is really powerful. Goldango and Salamence are also really good setup sweepers. So even if he gets rid of Gardevoir, I mean, he's only gotten rid of arguably the 2 worst Pokemon on this team. So not looking good for Tristan anymore. And in fact, we're just gonna, there we go. I see he moves in great Tusk. I don't know why he switched that in, but as you can see, we're just gonna, yep, super effective, yep, resist, still take out. Mystical Fire, maybe, nope, he tries to Fairy to take it out, and no. He tries to Terra Fairy at the end there, but obviously it's not gonna do very much. He just had to try something. So yeah, that's the whole fight. As you can see, I just skipped past the last ones because nothing too interesting, just sweeping. Yeah, he's gonna do super effective against all that, and that's it. That's all. It was a quick game, only 12 turns. Looks like Kyle, in addition to me, is we're kind of the kings of fast battles in a way. Kind of battling for who can end battles the fastest. We didn't get to see any of these 3 Pokemon in, but we did get to see his Spindops, which is kind of interesting, I guess. I don't know, not too interesting of a battle. We see some pretty standard plays from the both of them. Not too much that I can give advice to either player here. Otherwise, just it's a quick battle, quick video, nothing much to say. Just be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, repost, reblog, buy Dogecoin. Bye.